So, your school has decided to participate in abstinence-only education. Excellent. But you're thinking to yourself, I'm just an out-of-touch teacher. How can I talk teenagers out of sex? Hi, I'm Jeffrey Progress, and I have good news for you. The Future Choices Bright Horizons group has done extensive research, and we've discovered that teenagers are actually quite easy to control. Teenagers are full of powerful hormones coursing through their growing bodies. And yes, it makes them unruly, but it also makes their brains very malleable. Teenagers can be controlled using 3 direct tools: fear, repetition, and myths. Sex can be a joyful, profound, wonderful experience. But don't tell any of your students that. In a teenager's imagination, we need sex to seem as or more dangerous as jumping into a pile of used hypodermic needles. Focus on the diseases, the pain, the emotional scarring they can get from sex. If a kid asks you about orgasms, tell them about chlamydia. But you don't have to take my word for it. We asked a couple of white, heterosexual teens on the street who have been through the abstinence-only program how scared they are of sex. Bryce? Robbie?
Sex is a scary world that you don't want to mess with. Until some point when you're older and it changes to a beautiful, magical thing at some point randomly.
Well, Jenny f***ed Randall in the and they I mean, nothing happened to them. Smelled like fun, actually.
Well, pay attention to that first one. Teenagers are a lot like puppies. They might not want to obey you at first. They might not even understand you. But if you keep saying the same things over and over again, eventually they're forced to learn. Sit! Haha! They want to talk about methods of birth control? You talk about not having sex. They want to talk about levels of intimacy? You talk about not having sex. They want to talk about mixed gender groups going out to get pizza after school together? You talk about not having sex. Am I right, boys?
No sex is safe sex. No sex is safe sex. No sex is safe sex. No sex is safe sex.
Other than how to spell it, we haven't even talked about sex yet. How is this sex education?
N-O-S-E-X spells success. N-O-S-E-X spells success.
This isn't helping at all. I just want to know the facts. Would one of you tell me the facts? Any one of you?
Perhaps the most important aspect of abstinence-only education are the myths. Myths is what we call the lies we tell students about sex. Of course, you have all the standards like, if condoms really worked, there'd be no STDs, or sex is more satisfying if you wait until marriage. But feel free to make up your own. Sprinkle some religion in there passed off as scientific fact. As a teacher, you have limitless options, but you're only giving your students one option.
If it's true HIV can be transmitted by sexual contact, couldn't it also be transferred by sweat, tears, loud music, violent video games, promiscuous clothing?
Did you guys let that guy work on my car? That guy is a knucklehead.
Sexting, holding hands, sharing eyeliner, talking too loud at movies.
That guy said that you could get HIV from a fire hose.
Not turning your cell phone off, the radiation. If you lick a dog and then the dog licks someone else.
He said that you could get HIV from clapping together chalkboard erasers.
Low test scores, not flossing is a big one.
He said that you could get HIV from building a tree fort and then falling out of the tree fort.
Running too hard, you weaken the immune system. Sharing secrets.
Okay, I'm done. We're done. This is done. I'm done here. Can I have my $15?
Delightful. As we've learned today, if you use fear, repetition, and myths, it's a relatively easy process to trick your students into thinking sex is something they don't want. I'm Jeffrey Progress for Future Choices, Bright Horizons. No emails, please.
Thanks for listening. Together, we can make sex a thing of the past. Help make abstinence a slam dunk.